How's everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping another video. Right, guys, as you can tell from the title, this is the annual statistics released from the Ministry of Justice in their what they call safer custody statistics and stuff. So again, guys, record numbers of self-harm, record numbers of assaults, just death, misery, despair, mental anguish, and everything else that comes with prisons. Right, guys, I've got it all here written down, so if I look down, you know why. 27,193 assaults in prison. That's up from last year. Last year was 26,643 incidents. So 27,193 assaults. Right, this is in a 12-month period to June. Up 40% on last year, of which 19,678 of them were prisoner-on-prisoner assaults. That's up 10% on last year, right? Of this 27,193, 7,437 of them were assaults on staff, up 25%, of which 798 were serious, which is up 14% on 2016, and increased by 9% in the last quarter, reaching a quarterly record high of 2,011, right? So the last quarter one means that that's a record high for that last quarter. So in that last 3 months, assaults on staff have gone up, right? Just put it into perspective, guys, right? Prisoners are getting out for short periods of time because of staffing levels. Obviously, different prisons run different regimes. Some get more association than others. I've been in prisons, I've been in Strangeways where it's 22, 23 hour bang up. And I've been in Forest Bank where you get quite a lot of social. But prisoners across the board are getting out for less periods of time, but you're seeing record numbers of assaults on staff and prisoner to prisoner. The smoking ban that's just come up in the last month or two, that's going to see record numbers of assaults and self-harm because obviously people get into debt, drugs debts and stuff like that. Mental health plays a part. There's a lot of factors at play, to be honest, guys. And of the 27,193 assaults in prisons, 3,687 of them were deemed serious. Right, so let's move on to self-harm. Right, this kills me. This really does. Self-harm, obviously, you don't have to be on association to be self-harming. A lot of people do it behind a door, and then they get on the buzzer, and they get ignored for the most part. If you keep pressing your buzzer, the screws will just ignore you. It's like, and then you could be slashing up. You could have severed an artery. You could be gonna hang yourself, and they just ignore your buzzer. And it goes on, guys. Record high of 41,103, up 12% on last year. Absolutely, just mind-blowing, that, guys. The prison population currently stands about 86,000, right, plus, right, and 41,103 incidents of self-harm, right. Now, that doesn't mean 41,103 prisoners have self-harmed, because you've got a lot of repeat offenders and stuff. Like I say, prisons, guys, are full of people with mental health problems, autism, disabilities, different paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar, antisocial personality disorders. It goes on, guys. It really does. Asperger's syndrome. All these different things are at play, guys, in prison. And you're locked up in that cell, and you've got a lot of time to dwell. And any problems you've got on the outside, guys, are magnified by about 1,000 in prison. Then they bring in the smoking ban. Right? So prisoners that are not getting medicated for their mental health are they turn to drugs. There's drugs on tick, right? So they're taking the drugs on tick. They might start smoking spice or whatever. So they're chemically imbalanced in the brain, right? The staff are not mentally health trained, right? They're not getting mental health medication that they need and stuff, like antipsychotics and stuff. And then, like I say, they're chemically imbalanced in the brain, but then they're taking mind-altering substances like spice. It's in the title, new psychoactive. Psychoactive plays with your head, doesn't it? And like I say, guys, people turn to drugs as a coping mechanism to escape the reality of the surroundings, escape the reality of prison. Some people sleep through jail, some people get pissed. Some people will take any different drug they can get their hand on and snort it, break it up into a powder, snort it, subbies, fucking everything, guys. You know what I mean? It kills me that, guys. Self-harm, record high again. Up. Last year was a record high, right? Same with assaults, record high last year. This year, up, 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 up. The only thing that's come down, right, and the Ministry of Justice are quite happy to, deaths in custody have come down, guys. 300 deaths in prison, of which 3 were murders, right? So 3 murders within prison establishments, 77 suicides, and 5 of which were women. The rest can be attributed to natural causes and stuff like that. Obviously, you've got different people in the prison system. People got heart conditions, people have had strokes, people have got disabilities, like I say. And the fact is, some people are going untreated, unmedicated and stuff, or the medical care within the prison system is so lapse and shit, guys. It's taking prisoners forever. They don't like sending you to the hospital. At the prison I was in, they had a dentist on site. He was known as the butcher of the bank. The medical staff were nice and stuff. But if you've got a migraine, they give you, or a flu virus, right? They'll give you paracetamol or ibuprofen, right? If you've dislocated your knee or broken your fingers, they give you ibuprofen. They're very, very limited, guys, in what they can give you medication-wise in prison, and they don't like giving medication. In Strange Ways, which is a Cat A prison, the only Cat A here in the Northwest, they give you your meds like in person. So you've got your meds, you take them back to your cell, and you can take them as and when you need them. But like any drug within prison system, if you're on like pre-gabs or gabbies, as are known, a strong like painkiller, people will break that tablet up, they'll snort it, right? So, but then you go to Forest Bank and they don't give you your medication to take back to your cell. You've got to go to the medical arch, guys, and they give it you there, whether you're on a methadone script or whether you're taking medication. Doesn't matter if it's paracetamol, painkillers. They can give it you at the hatch. Once you've proved yourself, eventually they'll give them you in possession, as it's known. But yeah, guys, 300 deaths in prison within the last 12 months. That'll be up next year, guarantee you, because there was 5 deaths. That was up until September this year. Now, the beginning of September, there was 5 deaths in one prison, and that's H&P Nottingham. I've done a vlog on that for a bit further down my timeline, so you can see that. 300 deaths, guys, in prison. 3 were murders, 77 suicides, and 5 of them were in women's establishments and stuff within the prison system. Guys, the fact is, like I say, the prison system's broken. There was a program on probation last night about like prisoners getting out and stuff and going on to re-offend and stuff. Probation's been privatised, so that's like their workload and stuff. All I heard in the first 5 minutes of the program was profit margins, money, money, money. We shouldn't be used as pawns for these big private companies to earn money off, guys. Whether it's young offenders institutes, whether it's a prison system, guys, right? The companies are getting, these private prison companies, G4S, Serco, Sodexo that I've been in, are getting fat and rich, guys, off prisoners suffering. You've seen it here: self-harm, death, assaults on staff, assaults prisoner to prisoner. Then you bring the smoking ban in, guys, right? The prison system, guys, is a time bomb and it's going to explode. It's not if, it's simply when. I don't know how good order's been kept in prisons, guys, to be honest with you. Most of us in prison, you get into jail and you just knuckle down, you want to get your head down and you want to do your sentence. You don't want to incur any more charges and stuff. I mean, if you look at the lads that caused the prison riot at Winson Green prison, 5 of them, I think they got like 9 years added to their sentence and stuff. A friend of mine climbed on the roof of Strange Ways, Stuart Horner, in protest at the treatment conditions and like treatment and conditions within the prison and stuff. And I think he got 10 years. He's serving he's serving a life anyway. I think he's got a 27 minimum stretch. So like I say, guys, but this is just kills me, guys. Absolutely kills me, guys. Like I say, prisoners are getting out for shorter periods of time. Every prison runs different regimes. Some get out more than others, as I've alluded to in previous comments in the past few minutes. But like I say, guys, what you're going to see, guys, in my opinion, well, I know it's going to happen year on year until they decrease prison numbers. IPP prisoners, 4,000 plus of them in the prison system, should be released at once. It was abolished 5 years ago. Release these people. It's going to be 6 years next year. Release these people, right? Prisons should be about decreasing prison numbers, rehabilitation, reintegration, re-educating, reforming, and then, like I say, reintegration once you leave and stuff like that, so you can get back into society. Surely the aim of prison is to leave prison in a better state of mind and a better place than when you went into prison. Doesn't happen. People going into prison with addictions and carry on and start and find new drugs in prison. Other people go to prison having never taken drugs in their life and leaving drug addicts, or worse, in body bags, as we've seen in the deaths in custody and stuff. It's appalling, guys. It's beyond words. And yet the Ministry of Justice, David Lidington, Michael Spur, and Sam Geimer, the prison and probation minister, who to me is absolutely, they're all useless. Michael Spur got a £20,000 bonus this year. What for? For record numbers of assault, self-harm. Is that what it is? Is that what it's come to? Are we rewarding? Are we rewarding failure now? Because the prison system, guys, broken. The people enter the system broken. They leave in bits. People are going to prison on short sentences, coming out, losing the property. They're kicked out with £46, then they've got to sign on for benefits, right? Taking 6 weeks minimum to get a penny from the Department of Work and Pensions, guys. And then people are shocked and surprised and, prisoners, we've broken the law again. Like I say, prisoners are leaving not everyone in prison's got to leave prison and has got somewhere to go back to. Did the prison system care? No. They want you out the door. They kick you out with £46, fend for yourself, go, see you later. Whether you've got mental health problems, disabilities or anything else. Like I say, not everyone's got a support network, not everyone's got somewhere to go back to. People are going in on 2-year sentences, 1-year sentences, and losing the property because they can't afford the rent and stuff. Because if you go to prison, whether you're on benefits or working, if you're not working, you're not going to get a wage, right? And if you're not working and you're on benefits, by the time you go to prison, your benefits stop. And then bam, you're in the shit. And then, like I say, it's just a vicious cycle, guys. And the prison system is a revolving door. The reason that prisoners attack prison officers, guys, in my opinion, as someone that's been in prison, we're angry at the system. The screws are angry at the system. But like I say, we attack screws because we attack the uniform. There's a lot of good screws in prison. There's a lot of bad screws in prison. I'm not no screw boy, yeah, man. Personally, I don't like HMP staff. Never have, never will. Not got a good word to say about it. Never had a good interaction with any of them while I was in Strangeways. Went to a private prison. Good screws, bad screws. But for the most part, spoke to me as a human being, treated me like a human being. And that's it, guys. But like I say, it kills me, guys. Like, imagine having somebody in prison, a loved one, that might not be a fighter, right? A lot of big units in prison, a lot of big lads, yeah, man. But imagine having someone in prison that's got a mental health problem, or they're nervous, or they've got autism or Asperger's or something like that, or they're not a fighter, they're quite a mellow, timid person. And you see these record numbers, 2 years, like a few years on the trot now, record numbers of assaults, record numbers of self-harm. They're going to think it's going to be their loved one next. When they hear about a death in custody that breaks in the news, right, which the Ministry of Justice, by the way, try their best to keep a lid on, they're thinking it's their son. They're thinking it's their daughter, because obviously got female prisoners. The state of the penal system, guys, it is beyond words. It would be funny if it wasn't for the misery, suffering, and everything else, and the death that's taking place within prisons. Prisoners with mental health problems shouldn't be in prison. They should be in mental health problems, or they should be assessed by mental health units before sentencing. Sentencing should be deferred so that these people can get proper psychiatric reports done on them. And if it's deemed that prison would be counterproductive, don't send them to prison. Obviously, you've got people that could go on to commit murder and stuff, but even then, should they be in prison, or should they be in mental health units like Ashworth, Rampton, Broadmoor, or medium secure training for medium facilities, medium security facilities, high security facilities? But they shouldn't be. They should be in mental health units where they can get the one-on-one care and the help that they need with medication and stuff and treatment. Like I say, sorry guys, I'm ranting now, but I'm really, it breaks my spirit, guys. Like I say, prison, they want to build more prisons, guys. You build more prisons, you're going to fill them with more prisoners. You fill them with more prisoners, you're going to see further record numbers of assault, self-harm, and everything else, guys, attacks on officers. Then they're bringing in, they're giving officers CS spray, Parva spray as it's known, or CS gas as we know it, CS spray. They're going to bring in handcuffs and stuff like that. You're going to see prisoners will fight back, guys. It's a matter of time. And like I say, the smoking ban, that will cause further incidents of self-harm, because a lad could get a beating, or he could be scared to come out of his cell, puts himself on own protection, OP as it's known. The OPs, for those who don't know, is people that are in debt and stuff. things like that. It goes on, guys. It really, really does go on. But breaks my spirit, breaks my heart. God bless the victims that have left prisons in body bags in the last 12 months. Unfortunately, it's going to increase next year and the year after and the year after. So the Ministry of Justice get with the programme, clue themselves up, listen to us prison reform campaigners that have got more experience of prison system than them, former IMB members, former prisoners, families, do you know what I mean? Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Prisons. The list goes on. Prison officers, former prison officers, probation workers, former probation workers. The list goes on and on, guys. Going to leave it here. God bless. Speak to you all soon. Bye.